Did we just not hit it before?
No, it recorded for 1 minute and 15 seconds, so I must have hit it with our elbow or something and stopped it. Alright, welcome. This is Mildly Fatigued. I'm not even happy to do this now, you know what I mean? I was happy to do it, now I'm not. Mildly Fatigued.
It was our warm-up.
An hour warm-up, fool? Yeah, we're hitting an hour. So we fucking recorded nothing for an hour, of course. It's Mildly Fatigued. I'm Kalub. Welcome.
We talked about vans for
Yeah, it was semi-interesting, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, we can go over it again, but it's like, that's stupid. It's like, it's annoying to us, you know what I mean? So what do we talk about now? Do you just move to the movie? Because you didn't watch the movie either, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like what the fuck do we do?
What you call it? Let's...
See, there's nothing.
Okay, so... What else is going on in our lives?
Absolutely nothing.
How goes job hunting?
Really? Is that what you're gonna ask me? Horrific. Dog, do I look like I got a dog? No, it's not going good. On top of that, I'm not trying that hard,
yeah.
So... But it's like... That's the end of that, you know what I mean? There's nothing really to talk about. It's like, don't got a job still.
How are you doing it? You just...
No, what is it called? Snag Job and Indeed. Indeed's fire, dude. But I've been slacking, as you might say. And now you remind me, I should probably start doing it.
What's funny is you can apply. It'll either you can send in your application you've already typed out with Indeed.
Yeah.
Or it'll make you go to their website and make a username and shit like that.
Yeah.
I've never gotten a fucking interview off one of those.
Really?
No. That guy right there, yeah.
You've never got an interview from one of those?
I've never got an interview for one of those. And it's always been WIS was just one of the applying ones. What's he doing?
I think he's talking to someone.
Oh my god.
No, let's see. Fucking sketch. He's out here. I think he was talking to someone.
Yeah. So this guy just kind of walked up past our car.
No, he went to Arby's. He thought Arby's was open. And I think he ran into someone over there. No.
Oh.
No, that's the one. Fuck. I don't know what to do. There's nothing wrong, but now it's fuck, I don't want to be here. You know what I mean?
Wait on the spot.
Fuck it. Alright, this is a special edition of Mildly Fatigued. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen.
The gang runs from something new.
No, this is special. Yeah.
Fuck.
See, that's so annoying.
Why is it stopping?
I don't know. Here. See, look at it.
Do you have to lock it, or if you lock
There.
it, does it?
It should be recording. So yeah, I know, but look. Okay, maybe. See? That's why the only way is you have to be able to grip it like this. You know what I mean? And just make sure you don't touch the screen. That's the thing. The buttons aren't gonna do anything. It's just the screen. Dog, if it stops recording, I'm gonna honestly give this. It's not because of you, but just in general. You know what I mean? Anyways, we're back. Like we said, we're on the run. It stopped fucking recording. I'm about to lose my fucking mind. What I was saying earlier, okay, so back to your fucking Teresa story. Or do you even want to say that again? that you've been up, you know what I mean? Because you drink coffee and that you haven't slept and all that? Or
Yeah.
do we just ignore it and keep going?
I guess, long story short, I've been up 24 hours because I was a fucking idiot and drank 2 cups of very strong black coffee at 1 a.m.
That was the conclusion of that story.
I'm feeling great.
Then, the reason why we're even, like, on the fucking run, we're not even on the run. We're in a chill place. We recorded for, like, almost an hour. I think we were hitting an hour. I think we were, like, 45 minutes. And, yeah, and then some fucking sketchy-ass guy, well, let me explain. So he came by, he was sketching us out. We're like, okay, what the fuck? And he runs into someone else, I think, like a homeless person sleeping by, like, the Arby's drive-in. And then he looks inside, notices no one's working, because he's standing by the window, I noticed. And then he walks all the way back, he goes around circles around the building, and then I hear a car, like, on the other side of the building, like, rev up, or, like, turn on, and drive away.
I heard that one, too.
Yeah, so I'm like, he must have came here to buy food. Because we were surprised, too, the RV was fucking closed, and that's why I went to go smoke there.
It's weird that it's like the only thing that separates you thinking someone.
Stop here?
The separation between who's a crackhead and who isn't is whether they're walking through an alley unexpectedly.
Yeah. Well, why are you saying that?
Because that guy was totally normal. He just wanted to go to fucking Arby's.
Yeah.
And he walked up and we're like, is this guy a crackhead or something like that?
Yeah.
What the fuck's he doing over here?
Oh, yeah, I get what you're saying. See, that's unique about Oceanside.
So we should call these episodes Bloom Cab.
So should I just, like, upload this as, like, special episode or something?
Yeah.
Well, what I was saying is that once we have the studio, is that... Put your hand on it. I don't know, it doesn't seem comfortable. But once we get the studio, and we have a legit thing going, but we don't know what to do one week, we can just go hop in the car and make a Bloom Cap episode.
Yeah.
And just, like, throw a camera inside and just go do what we're doing right now. Because we literally had nothing to fucking do, and we're just talking and driving. I feel like when you talk and drive, naturally shit just comes out of your mouth.
Bloom Cab's back, baby.
Oh, fuck, what's this?
Let's see.
So today we went to go look at a van. We talked about this already an hour ago, but we spent 2 hours, went to go look at a van. It looked like, so I guess we can talk about this again. The guy said, like, it runs great and has all this new shit. And he wasn't lying. It had new transmission, new brakes, it seemed like everything you put in was new. But the engine was fucking horrific. Not horrific, but just, like, shitty. And it's like, this wasn't a good car. Why the fuck is this person doing? Instead of just turning, he just reversed. You know what I mean? Like, he can turn still. He can still turn. He can still turn. He can still turn. Still turn. Anyway, so we go look at this van. It had all this nice shit that he advertised, but it wasn't as good. You better not be honking at me. And so we go look at that, decide not to get it, fucking trek all the way home, and the search continues. That's the conclusion of that story.
So this van was a high top van that was supposed to be in perfectly good condition with all this new shit, and it was $2,200. So I'm like, hell yeah! If it runs good, I'm gonna buy the shit out of it. But we got there, and the inside's tore up.
See, this is what I was trying to tell you. This is the entrance to the military base right there. Inside's torn up. Fucking fish holder things. Bike. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, there was bikes, like fishing poles, a bait, some kind of bait device.
Like the whole, yeah.
else was there? The carpet was torn all over the place. The driver's seat had like a left ass cheek holder missing.
The fucking step fucking caved in itself.
I tried to get up into the driver's seat, and the thing caved. The like step stair caved below my foot. So I quickly got up into the driver's seat and found that it was so tight and so small that it gave my leg a cramp.
Put your arm down. You're gonna be so close to the mic. Keep going.
It gave my leg a cramp, and I had to fucking scurry to try to figure out how to pull the seat back. And I finally just bailed out the side of the car, or the van. And he came back and like dug under the seat and found it, and we put it back. Honestly, if the engine was good, I would have taken it, because the upholstery is, you can fix that. I kind of liked the inside. I thought it had charm. But the engine didn't run. There was a big fucking crack in the windshield. The rear view mirrors were fucked.
There's a fucking huge gash in the glass. You see that?
Yeah.
So it's like cosmetic. He's like, yeah, it runs great. It probably runs great after that with all the fucking nice shit. Like, you take care of it. I don't even know.
Yeah, I don't know. You don't replace all that shit for nothing if you're about to sell it.
Yeah.
So I think the car was going.
So yeah, that's the conclusion of that. We're still looking for the fucking... The search continues. Oh hell yeah, I'm gonna go pee here.
Oh, but that was, what, like 5 hours of our life?
Yeah.
So we got all... Damn. Camper van.
No one's here, dude.
Can we park in these?
Not really, but I don't think anyone's gonna check right now.
Damn. They make the,
We'll reconvene in a moment.
They make the handicapped people pay for parking thing.
Alright, we're back.
Hello.
Okay, just make it up. That's all I was worried about. Continue driving?
Yeah, fuck it.
We could park here for a little bit, but kind of walk around. Like, the waves are fucking nutty, dude. Like, I don't know if you heard the rolls on the window, but like, they're clashing hard. Like, I can hear them.
Dang.
Harder than normal.
Damn, that van's clean.
Which one?
The one
Right there?
That one's clean too, but it's
The
not
one over there, right behind them. That one right there.
Yeah, the Econoline we passed. We're at the beach right now, and we're admiring the van lifers that are stationed around all over the place. Oh, there's two of them.
Let's see the one at the other beach. And isn't that weird that we have two separate beaches?
Kinda.
There's like the pier and the harbor.
What actually separates the beaches? Is there anything?
Yeah, look, you'll see this bridge. There's all this one building. On the other side of this building, you'll know what the other side of this building is. It's that little turn in that's the very end of this road. At the very end of this road, you know that run road that goes by the harbor? And it ends? And it goes up a little bit?
Pier?
Huh?
By the pier?
Yeah, sorry, by the pier. It goes up and it leads you to this road right here?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's the only thing, that building right there, that separates them. You'll see right on this side, you can still walk on the beach over here. So it's just on this property. Well, the property, and this is the river too. This is where the San Luis River ends.
I was with you when we were over here with that one kid, right?
Yeah, the weird group.
Yeah. What did you remember the fucking rat in the rocks?
No. Yeah, and they all screamed.
Yeah, they like sat down and then some fucking rat like came out and screamed at him. girl with the black hair. Actually, I don't know. She changes her hair color all the time.
For her, yeah.
The goth looking one.
Wait, the white girl or the other one?
The white girl, Penelope.
Oh yeah, her.
Why was I bringing this up? I don't remember.
Didn't what's his name date her?
Jimmy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What happened?
I don't know. I haven't prayed too much about it.
But did he say like they stopped dating?
I've only heard shit through Hayden, and Hayden's not the best reference. He did the thing he did with Bart. He's like, oh, they have a ton of sex, kind of thing.
Yeah. I wonder why.
It makes me so happy that Bart's first thought was like, that doesn't sound like Adam.
What do you mean?
When all that happened, Hayden said that I told him that they had a lot of sex or something like that. And he's like, he told me later when he was just talking about it that it didn't sound like something I would say. And I don't remember saying it, so
Yeah.
I don't necessarily know if that would even be true. I know they have had sex, but I think I've met his girlfriend like twice.
Damn, look at... They're getting rid of this and this to build more buildings.
Fuck.
They're actually moving the Top Gun house. Damn, look at... They legit... Are they getting rid of the road to build a fucking building?
Fuck.
You know what I mean? Imagine if this was like this. That'd be so shitty. Beachfront resort? Are you serious?
God damn it. Where the fuck are we supposed to park?
Well, not even that. Like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? It's like there's already fucking a resort over there. There's like two over there. There's these big two fucking... Oh, I'll go this way. And, there's a fucking resort everywhere. It's like, why do we do...
Look at that beauty.
God, I have a freaking hoagie here. That's cool.
Okay. I forgot I have a blanket.
Jeez. I can't, I mean, like in this part of my throat, there's like a booger or something. I can't get it out.
I forget what I was doing. I was doing something with you earlier, and it might have been the vape. I breathed in with the vape, and then just my nose turned to liquid. Just all this shit fucking
Really?
Oh no, it was the inhaler. When I did the inhaler, a bunch of shit fucking cleared out of my throat, down my nose, down my throat.
Yeah. Damn, I wouldn't want to. Damn, we should come here during the flood. It's probably sick as fuck, water going everywhere. Damn, imagine, what if there's water going down the steps and shit?
I think I have the black lung. I cough. I cough. What is it? Ambiently now. Not when I'm smoking. I'll just be at my computer and I'll fucking cough.
Uh-oh. Your lungs are giving.
My body's getting me ready for age 21. Get fucking shit-faced every night.
Gross. Alright, so I can talk about that then. So there's this guy in my class, I already told you about him, who wanted to make the movie. And we were kind of just chatting. And he was telling me how I don't understand how people think that way. So I told him, well, what's your purpose of making this? I told, because if I'm going to help this guy, I kind of want to know, if he's serious about it, basically. You know what I mean? And he's like, oh, I don't know. Just, just to make it, you know? And I'm like, my first thought was like, oh my god, I hate this guy, you know what I mean? And I'm like, what the fuck? And he was saying like, he's like, oh, this class is taking forever. You know, I'm like, why don't you just leave? Because I hate when people are like that. When they're just like, oh, like, they're complaining instead of just doing shit. Because I didn't complain at all, and I still left the class, you know what I mean? So what happened was we were supposed to watch a movie, and right when we started to watch Casablanca, I don't know if you know, it's a fucking amazing movie. Casablanca, the movie end, like, it just cuts out because all the power went out, and we're like, what the fuck? And then all the lights turn on again, and we're like, what the, because this room was raining like crazy, so we're like, oh shit, maybe the storm did it. And then, like, the movie didn't work again. But, like, the lights were on and stuff like that, but the movie wasn't working. Anyway, so we step outside to talk, and he's like, oh, we have to wait here for the whole 3 hours? I'm like, just, like, leave. And I don't know. So I don't like the fact that he has, like, no direction. And then I don't like the fact that he's not serious about it. And then, like, he's just someone not to do anything. You know what I mean? And I just don't know. I don't like how they're not. Don't take you serious. Oh yeah, and another thing that he said, he's like, oh, I want to get out of here because I'm gonna go drink with my buddy after this. And he's like, I'm just gonna get shit faced. And I'm like, okay, fine. I didn't like disregard him because I'm like, okay, a lot of people like to just get drunk,
including me.
So that's why I'm just like, you can't really judge this guy. Then he kept complaining like, oh my god, this movie's not gonna start. I mean, we decided to head inside at this point, and I just told him like, hey, I'm just gonna leave right now. And I'm like, I don't want to wait for this movie to start. I'm like, and there's like, we were already there for like an hour, and we had 2 hours left, so I'm like, I'm not gonna wait. You know what I mean? And so I just took off. But yeah, I was just thinking about it. Like I just I don't know how. He's not okay with taking it seriously. He's complaining about like the class ending and just not doing anything about it. And then like he's not. What was the third thing? I forgot the third thing.
Have most people like acclimated to that yet? That you can just fucking leave and nothing will happen besides maybe you lose some participation.
Yeah. Well. Yeah. There is, but this is what he said too. He's like, oh, I don't want him to think differently of me, and I know that's like a really like human thing to say. Now I'm like, I told him like, if his opinion dictates on your like, I'm like, if his opinion is dictated on your like attendance, like why does opinion matter? And he kind of just like shrugged his shoulders, and I kind of in my head I was like, okay, this guy's fucking like stupid. And because yeah, they literally don't care. I don't think the professor, like, I'm gonna go into class next week and he's not gonna say a single thing that I was probably the only one who left early, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And yeah, the professors don't really care because, like, how do I say this? They don't care if you don't care. Like, if I'm showing that I don't care in the class, he's not gonna care, you know what I mean? He's like, okay, he's just wasting his time, it doesn't affect me. They truly don't care. If you're gonna leave early, they don't care. And I don't know, it's people, yeah, people are just too scared to do it. Even, like you said, are they acclimated to it? Yeah, people know about it, but people are still too scared to do it. I don't know why.
What? I'm trying to think of what side of the spectrum I'm on. I'm usually like hesitant about that stuff, but once like literally anyone's like, oh yeah, you can do that, I'll just fucking do it.
Well, the thing is that one, just leaving class is like not a good idea because I don't know, they're like, class is kind of the serious thing. I don't know, everything about the school is kind of serious, or like school in general, you know what I mean? It's like if you miss, especially college, I guess high school is different because high school is kind of high school, but I assume community college and college after this is you know what I mean, you're there to learn, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It's like if you're missing out or you're not doing your work, you're literally not learning it. So it's like, yeah, you can leave and they won't say anything, they won't care, but at the benefit of what? A worse grade? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I purely left because one thing wasn't working, and I had the same thoughts as him, but I wasn't bitching, you know what I mean? Yeah. I was like, okay, maybe I'll watch the movie, and I'm like, if he doesn't start, I'm just gonna leave, because one, I know him, and then two, I don't really care. And
are you You've seen Casablanca before, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I want to watch it again too.
That's the one with fucking. No, that's Gone with the Wind. I was gonna say the. Oh wait, no, that's Frankly, Madam, I Don't Give a Damn is Gone with the Wind, and then Casablanca has the kiss scene, right?
Yeah.
With the plane. Or at the airport or whatever it is.
Yeah, because he's going off to enlist, or he enlisted in the war. That's what we talked about in the class, and I never thought about that. Is one of the brilliant things about that movie is to the woman it was this like love story, right? And then to the men it was this love story, but it was him serving his country, you know what I mean? Over
duty.
Over, you know what I mean? Over love, you know what I mean? And it's not even that they didn't love each other, you know what I mean? It just like he had to go to war. And we talked about it, is that they had recorded another scene at the very end of the movie in which like he enlists for the military and he's like shooting guns and shit like that. And they decided not to put it in because they're like, oh, that ruins the romance. But it's a propaganda film essentially.
Really?
Yeah. That's what it was made for, and then it kind of just blew up. Damn, I know.
So that wasn't like. So that was like engineered. It wasn't like.
Are your feelings hurt?
I never watched Casablanca, so I don't give a fuck.
No, not that it is engineered, but during that time, a lot of people were making propaganda films for the war effort. You know what I mean? Charlie Chaplin did it with the great, or the, you know, where he made fun of Hitler and all that.
Yeah.
That was a propaganda film. Yeah, it's not like it was like purposely like I'm going to sway the opinions, but they're like I'm going to make Hitler look shitty because he's not a good guy. You know what I mean? So everyone knows that he's shitty, and that's the type of propaganda. Where should I go? Go right, keep driving, or head left? Actually, let's go left because I don't want to go too far. Yeah, so that's what it was made for. Propaganda film.
Did you look into sex education anymore?
No, but I was thinking about it. I'm like, damn, I forgot to watch it.
This morning, it was like I finally got to the end of what I was doing, and it wanted me to restart the computer. I restarted it, turned to the bed, and I realized I got like an hour before I have to go pick up Kalub for the fucking thing. So I better watch the movie.
Yeah.
And then I realized I had to get up in half an hour before that to get ready. So I ended up watching like 40 minutes of the movie before I just like threw all my shit on and went to the pick you up.
How much movie did you have left?
Like 50 minutes.
Oh, damn. Yeah, it's a good movie. What?
I watched it in like sort of a fever dreamish way. Like I was in and out on that shit.
Why?
Because I was in bed and I had it up against the fucking cookie tin, stood up, and I was watching it, and it was fucking 9 a.m. I had slept since 6 the night before, and I was I was somewhat fading in and out of sleep, but I had to pull myself out of it because I had to watch.
So you don't even remember the movie?
Yeah, there's parts that are missing.
Okay, well, do you remember the introduction?
Where he has like 3 ladies?
No, when he talks to the camera.
Oh yeah.
That's brilliant. I don't think you understand, like, there's very few places in film in which you can just look into the camera and talk to it directly like that and get away with it. And a lot of people have asked him, like, how did you know, like, that you could just do that? Because this movie won him a lot of awards. It made him, like, he made the rom-com genre with that movie. And so he, you know what I mean? So he was a big name. And so okay, sorry, you have watched a little bit of it, so I can tell you. The movie starts off with him talking about his childhood, right? All of that is, not all of it is true, but he grew up as a little Jewish kid in New York City. And then what else in the story happens? What do you remember? Just tell me what do you remember in the story?
So he talks about like this Allison chick, and then he just sort of meets whatever her name is, Annie, and then they're at the movie theater, and he's being a fucking neurotic freak.
Why do you call him a neurotic freak?
You don't understand. If I don't see the beginning of the movie, I can't watch it till the end.
No, that's his character. Well, let me explain. So that's his character, and it's the character he plays in all his movies. Is this neurotic, nerdy, and that's what the character I sort of wanted to make because of that guy, because of Woody Allen. That's not how he is in real life, but
Woody Allen?
Yeah, Woody Allen. That's Woody Allen.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, and I don't know. I don't know how I gotta put this. So he has this character that he plays throughout all the movies, but that's not really him. And he made it just for, it's a weird version of him that gets his point across, but it's in all his movies in which Woody Allen character, he's always acting like that, you know what I mean? But what I was gonna say is that I want to make movies like this too. So how do I say this? Well, I have movies that are like for Leon the Professional, in which it's a fictional story, but if you know the background, you'll understand how it translates. You know what I mean? Does it make sense? And then Annie Hall is directly from his memories. Does it make sense? He dated Annie Hall, that girl, 8 years before they filmed the movie. And the whole point is, it talks about the relationship during the movie. And the only reason she started in the role is because she read the script. She thought it was brilliant. And she's like, I know that what he's trying to make supersedes my feelings about how he's portraying me. Does it make sense? Because, she would have to do stuff and stuff like that in which she didn't agree with. For example, say she portrayed herself badly within the relationship, you know what I mean, on the film, because that's how he perceived the relationship, you know what I mean? So she was willing to look past all of that, knowing that Woody Allen was going to make this amazing movie because of their relationship. Does that make sense? And that's the only reason, not the only reason why she got on, because I think she made another movie with him before, but that's the reason why she did the movie. So this movie is essentially about his relationship with her, and kind of rom-com and just kind of love in general. And so I would make movies like Leon the Professional, in which it's all this fictional story that translates to a real life event that happened to me. And then I'd also have movies like Woody Allen that are directly my memories that I'm just making a movie out of. Make sense? So those would be the movies that I make, and then ideally, and then I would be willing to be paid to do any other movie like that, like fucking Superman or whatever.
I like my Game of Thrones style. Well, I haven't fucking written anything, so I like the idea of how I structure the Ein story, where it's characters interacting, and everything bases off of that. The whole Game of Thrones reference thing was that the characters just kind of bounce off of each other, and that's how the conflict is made. So it's all natural because they're acting in this way to show their character, not to push a plot point.
I get it.
Yeah, I like stories like that.
Do I go?
Here's lame as that. I'm gonna delete this guy. I know he's got his AirPods in. Can't hear us coming. What was you talking about?
Just the stories that you totally want to write and that you have written.
I still want to make Lamplight.
Lamplight?
Lamplight was, I don't know if I went too much into it before, but it's that one where it's a post-apocalyptic thing where a bunch of people live in this old abandoned wall, and like their whole world is the inside of the wall. So there's different towns placed throughout the wall, and there's regions where like termites have eaten all the wood, so that's like the desert of the big wall map. And the whole culture is developed around, or everything is built around it being a 2D game because it's in a 2D like wall. Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to have the singing AI girl that you can call it. You can like ask her to sing things and she'll interact with the environment as you walk by.
Damn, should I go back over here? Yeah.
Okay.
Just so we can finish up the podcast. Gotta concentrate. Just a casual spot. Yeah, and I was looking at the area. I don't think this is the area. I think it's. Oh shit, make sure it's recording. Tap to the side, but yeah, it is. I think it's on by the McDonald's. Makes sense? I think it's on that side of the McDonald's, but it's, see right over there? I think you go on that side of the McDonald's, you go around the building right here, you come on the other side of this fence, and you come out to the parking lot.
This guy right there.
Yeah, I do shit. But you come out to the fence right over here, see? On the other side of this fence, and there's a parking lot right there. He's not doing anything.
Fuck's he over here now?
I know, but just lock the door. I just gotta finish with the podcast. Roll down the windows a little bit. You're gonna do that at least. Oh yeah, he's sleeping. Don't worry about it. So yeah, we basically did our old podcast, but while driving, where we smashed the movie and our topics together.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that means I can talk about my script. So I was thinking, I already told you about how maybe she can. She meets him in the class with the raising hand thing, and if I decide to make her a black person, I'd like this handsome like football like man, you know what I mean? And he's the one like, and they kind of make eye contact, and he would be a black guy. I don't know why she has to be with another black person. That's not the point, you know what I mean? But the point is, it'd be another black gentleman that she falls in love with, and I imagine him with like the Leatherman's jacket, you know what I mean? And he looks like a football player, jeans and a white t-shirt.
Mm.
And where was I going with this? Yeah, so I imagine that's, if she was black, that's who she would be with. Would be this other black guy. And would that change the story? I don't know. That's all I have. What?
I don't know. Is it more correct to ignore the difference between the races, or?
Where's your lighter? Your lighter?
It's right here.
Need airflow. What do you mean?
Because do you push the whole they're not different, so I don't make the character any different kind of thing? Or do you go with more black culture is showing, I guess.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know. And I don't know how the story changes if she's black. Because no matter what, like, you say, like, people have, like, general opinions. People will have preconceived, like, you know what I mean? When there's gonna be two black people together, I know it sounds racist, but I don't think I can do a bunch of white people stuff, you know what I mean? And people be okay with it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think there would have to be some type of, not even okay with it, but like, not, because her story, I don't want them questioning anything in her story. The whole point is that she goes from, like, not really prepared for this speech, that's sort of her arc. Then she sort of, if I do add the love interest, so she has this love interest, which is another arc. And then, that's it, and then she dies. So I just want to complete those arcs however I can. Make sense? And I still don't know how to complete them. And I'm saying, if she's black, will those arcs change because she's black? Make sense? Like, I wouldn't be able to do, like, a black woman wouldn't be having, you know what I mean? I don't know, that's what I'm saying.
I mean, I guess it comes down to which one fits better.
Well, the thing is if I want the big scene in which they all fucking, why do you do that? The big scene in which, what?
So good.
I just need to turn it off and I'll remember to put it back. No, but if I want the scene in which everyone gets an uproar, you know what I mean? It makes sense for a black woman to die to cause the uproar, you know what I mean?
So fucked up.
No, but it's true, you know what I mean?
Yeah, let you guys go with it.
But no, I can't. I'm not gonna go with it. That's what I'm questioning. I don't know whether or not to go with it. Because if I do make her a black person, I don't know if I have to do a bunch of these black tropes in order for them not to question anything. Make sense? I need her. I need the story of her not being prepared to be as concise as possible. You know what I mean? And her being this loving character as concise as possible. I don't want them to question anything other than that. Other than, oh, she's not ready for the speech. Holy shit, she has to give this speech. Oh, she's a really good person. You know what I mean? That's all in their story. That's all I want them thinking. So when she dies, they don't know. They don't expect it. That shit ain't lit. It looks lit, but
you could go for the black chick acts in a more stereotypically white way, and then have the guy be more, I guess, black kid activities, whatever those are.
Well, no, not even. It's not even that. It's just the fact that, you know what I mean? Subconsciously, if I make her black, I feel like they're gonna question, like, her arc when I don't want her to. You know what I mean? But if I want to cause this uproar, she has to be black. You know what I mean? So it's not a question of whether or not I can just do it. It's a question of what should she be doing if she's black then? Because, you know what I mean? Because it can't be the same story.
Like, it can't be her running around figuring out how to do the speech.
No, it'll still be that, but it can't be like, I don't know, like white girl things, you know what I mean? I know that sounds racist, but it can't be like, Because usually, like, black women are, like, strong, independent women, you know what I mean? Or, like, even, yeah, usually that's how they're portrayed, you know what I mean? None of them are really ever portrayed as, like, or, like, slaves, I guess, you know what I mean?
Mm.
But other than that, like, the black women aren't portrayed in any other way. Or, I guess, yeah, or, like, a love interest, I guess, but, like, even then, you know what I mean? So what I'm saying is that to have her, I don't know, just doing all these white girls activities, I think they'd question it. I don't know. Actually, they might not. Because she can...
If you have her, like, talk in Ebonics, it's gonna be fucking... It's gonna stick out a bit, but if she talks like she would act that way, you make it British.
Well, what I'm thinking is that... So anytime I've seen, like, the stereotypical black girl is the lead cheerleader, she's always giving me off this white vibe. Does it make sense?
Mm.
And that's the vibe I don't want to give off. Make sense?
Mm.
Because I think that they'll question the story. Now you understand more, a little bit more clear?
I guess, yeah.
But do you just think about when you seen a black, like, cheerleader girl on a high school show? Like, do you remember High School Musical? The black girl who was, like, she wasn't head... I think she was head of the cheerleader. Or she was, like, one of the cheerleaders. Like, she was super white. You know what I mean?
Mm. And she was, like, the vindictive fucking...
Yeah, I don't remember.
Side,
character. Oh, yeah.
Side character.
Yeah. And, yeah, so it seems like black women are either seen as bitchy or, like, strong. Does that make sense?
Mm. Look at a garbage truck right here.
The bus stop right there. Look. Switch it around. Nothing? No idea?
I don't know what to tell you.
You can try hitting another, but I'm just gonna pack the next bowl.
It's not a cop, right?
No, it's not.
Okay, you said that right as I was blowing shit out the window.
What's this guy fucking doing? You know what I mean? There's nothing back there. Huh?
There's nothing back there.
Okay, maybe he's just smoking chilling with us.
You turn around.
Who you questioning that?
I think he was just doing a U-turn.
Oh, yeah, U-turns. It's the undercover cops.
I don't know. Maybe he's one of those nervous drivers that won't U-turn in like a...
So you? Because you see me, I'll go fuck. You turn in the middle of the road, like right here. So back to my story.
Oh yeah, I don't know what to tell you. I probably wouldn't base my stories in an area where any black people that resemble our culture in any way would be.
Oh, you wouldn't have a story like that?
Yeah, just because I don't know how the fuck to write that. I don't want to be racist, and I don't really want to be, like, whitewash it, so...
No, yeah, I don't care about that.
I figured I just won't touch it.
Yeah, I don't care about that. It's just that I just don't want them to question anything. That's it. If I were to make her black.
Well, what would they question?
Because it's not that they're... Okay, well, the only thing is that anytime like I said, it just goes back to the other things. That anytime I watch like a black girl play this white role, it seemed like she's playing like a white girl, and she's just like a black girl who's white. You know what I mean?
Mm.
And that it could just be replaced by a white girl. So I'm saying, and I just always had like, not a but I was always just like I didn't care for it. So that feeling that I'm getting, I don't want them to have that feeling with her. I want them to care about her. And I want them to be like, you need to learn your speech. Go love that guy. I don't want them to be like, oh, she's kind of white.
Oh.
Make sense? So I would like her to do black stuff. That sounds racist. But she would still be doing this whole valedictorian thing. She still has all the money thing. But she'd have to be doing stuff within it. You know what I mean? That doesn't give that appearance of this white girl. Nothing? No ideas? Usually I just need you to say something and usually I get an idea. Like, that's how this works. You'll just say, like, fishbowl. I'm like, oh my god, you're a genius. Just make sure.
So, you could, I guess, just watch a bunch of shows with
like black
yeah,
women?
black women in it.
Oh, yeah, I probably can. But even then, that's only if I go with the black. I can still kill the white girl, but then this goes to the other part of the story. I don't think people will be uprisen over the death of a white girl, you know what I mean? So I think the more powerful thing would be black. So it's like, if I fix one solution, another problem arises. So it's like, even if I do the white girl, then the story kind of, I still don't know what the story is, but it writes itself a little bit more. But at the end, when I execute her, what? It's because she's a loving girl or something like that? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, if she's black, they're like, dog, you don't, why are you killing her? You know what I mean? And it's like, oh, this is brilliant. Okay, if I wanted this part in which, how do I say this? Some of the best movies, you can smoke. I don't know, you're not smoking. You don't know either.
Focusing in like laser beams.
What was I saying? What was the last thing I said?
Let's see what you're saying.
I said one thing and I need you to say it. Or
Fuck. Let's see.
oh, I got it. Sorry. So, I wanted. Oh, sorry. No, I wanted to have this because some of the best movies ever. So, what you have to understand about film is that people in film, they love film. Does it make sense?
Yeah.
And they want any excuse to talk about film. Make sense? So, some of the greatest movies in the top 10 list of best films of all time, each film either has a reference to a film or there's some type of film thing inside of it. Makes sense? They go to the movies and they see a certain film, you know what I mean? They reference a film. Some of the greatest movies all have this because filmmakers, some of the greatest filmmakers are just obsessed with film and that's just the way they think. So I always want to try to add film not as much as I can, but try to do it wherever I can. Make sense? I couldn't find anywhere to put this, right? I just need something, a little part. That's it, a line. So I thought it's going to be in like California, right? And it would be Oceanside. And there would be obviously a group of black kids. Why are you carrying that? There would obviously be a group of black kids. It's right here. And, so I'm like, let's have a gay group of black kids, okay? Okay? Do you know where I'm going with this? So I want her at a scene, right? In which she's at lunch, right? And there's a gay group of black kids, because she's popular, sort of. They know she's giving the speech. They're going to talk to her about the speech. But they're a bunch of gay black kids, sort of like in sex education, like him. And they hang out with each other, and because they're just a bunch of gay, there's a group of them. And they just make her even more nervous for the presentation. And her friend gets her out of there basically, because after she's nervous, she's like, "Oh, thank you. I was with the cast of Moonlight." Have you watched Moonlight? It's basically about a black kid's journey of being gay in Compton, sort of thing. You know what I mean? And all the cast is gay, all the people are gay, or not all the people are gay, but all they're black, but the character's gay. So the whole point is she was like, oh shit, I was with the cast of Moon. She was like, thank God you got me out of here. I was with the cast of Moonlight. You know what I mean? So it's just making fun of the movie. And another thing is that I'm making fun of this movie because people, how do I say this? The movie was really good, but there's nothing like inherently special about it. Does it make sense? They're like, oh, like they're like, oh, like the way, because it started off when he was young, right? And you see when he's young, and you sort of see these gay tendencies, you don't know, whatever, right? And then he's in high school, and this guy who was his bully becomes his first lover, right? And then you see him when he's an adult, he's already like 30, he's a big drug dealer, he's never had a girlfriend or anything like that, so everyone's like, oh, why you haven't had a girlfriend or something like that? He just hasn't said anything. Then the guy he had sex with, that's how the movie ends. They hook up again, and the movie ends, and they fall in love. And so there's nothing really inherently special to like, oh, like the way time and stuff like that. If you want to see a better movie, you can watch Boyhood. Have you heard about Boyhood? They literally filmed it over like 30 years or like 20 years. So you literally see this guy from a kid to when he's an adult. That's a better movie if you want to, you know what I mean, for that type of story. So it's the story was good. It was very emotional and I liked it. But there's nothing really inherently special about it. And everyone puts it on this praise. Everyone's like, oh, it's a really good movie, but it's not really that special. And so the whole point is that everyone's saying it's good, and I'm the only one going to be making fun of it. You know what I mean? And so that's the reason why I want to add it too.
Really?
So yeah, I'm going to put that in somewhere, because that's easy. It's just during lunch, she runs into a group of black kids. She's like, oh, thank God you got me out of there.
Something there?
No, just the car.
No.
What?
I wonder where that car noise is.
But yeah, and I notice I talk to people who like film. There's a lot of people who like film, but I don't know. There's not a lot of people who talk about it. Ooh, I saw that. That's why I start far and I go in slow. No, go up, point down and then go up. You know what I mean? And I start going down slowly. You know what I mean? Like that, yeah. And then I pull away. But yeah, a lot of people. I've talked to a lot of people, you know what I mean, about film, and just no one's. Every time people are like, "I'm gonna major in film," they're not really like, they don't like it as much, or they don't care about it as much, and like that's not how you make film. You know what I mean? The only way you can make good movies or anything good, even if it's like YouTube or anything, you have to be like love it. You know what I mean? And none of these people, they're like, "Oh yeah, I want to do it because I love it," and I'm like, "Oh, so what do you like?" Or like that one guy, you know what I mean? They just don't know or anything, and it's like I have once I get the chance, I know, you know what I mean? I know what I'm gonna do, and I don't know. It just seems like people don't. But you get what I'm saying, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. You know. And should we just wrap up the podcast? They're not trying to say anything.
I guess if you're done, I got my stuff.
Oh yeah, what do you have to say?
I need to figure out how I'm gonna start off this fucking urban or the Latvia one. It's the one with the kid that gets his brain zapped all the time.
Which one? You gotta catch me up.
It's he starts out as like an autistic kid and they fucking zap him, and he's like an experimental thing, and it totally rewires his brain so that he's basically a different person.
Okay.
And throughout the story he gets zapped because something's not right, and then something else breaks. That's his whole thing. But it's based in like this cyberpunk sci-fi future Eastern European town.
Yikes.
Oh, and that's the one where, that's the one with the anomalies, where everyone past a certain age just fucking vanished one day, and they had to rebuild a fucking government around that.
Dang. And that's why they're experimenting on him?
Kinda. It's like a new society built more on whatever that age group's ideals were. And that ideals leads to low-grade human testing, I guess.
I think it might be ash, but I don't know.
I'm just gonna use the lighter. That thing's fucking dangerous.
Scaring the fuck out of you. Yeah, I don't know what to tell you. I don't think that's very hard to start off.
But it's more so, I don't know what the fuck to do.
What do you mean?
Like, I can't think of, like, a structure of how to... Because I want it to be, like... They go and do some... I want it to be almost episodic. So I write out one big chapter, and then I post it. And then I write out another big chapter, and I post it.
Okay.
So each one has to be, like, its own little story. And I was thinking about doing it like the fucking... one of the projects of the week kind of thing, like in sex education, where they make a group and they teach people about sex for money. It wouldn't be that specifically, but that kind of dynamic.
No, don't know what you're talking about.
It's usually in, like, cartoons and stuff like that. Like, the robotics club is dealing with their wacky adventures for this week while they prepare for the science fair.
That's how you would, like, start it off? The story? Or what are you trying to say? I don't know what you're trying to tell me.
That'd be how it's, like, laid out.
Oh, like every time you start the chapter, right?
Yeah.
Like every time they start off, it would kind of give out that. I know what you're saying.
Yeah, every chapter would be like an episode of a TV show.
Yeah.
And then I just sprinkle in as much fucking character shit as I can and develop it along with all this shit.
I don't get that part.
It's fucking cold. Damn, these are warm.
Yeah, I don't know what to tell you.
So, and
I don't think that's that hard. Because, like, just posting a new chapter, you know what I mean? I don't know. I don't think it would be that hard. Like, the concept of posting a chapter as an episode, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Every month or every couple of months. I don't think it doesn't need to be that structured. You know what I mean? Like the sex education thing you're sort of saying. But that's just my opinion on it. But if you wanted that structured sort of thing, I know what you're saying.
Because I want it to go on for a while, and then when I feel everything's done, wrap it up. So that kind of episodic structure keeps it structured and makes it easy to keep going for a while. That's why I want to go with it. So then... Oh yeah. So, main dude needs to get zapped. But I want to establish Koshka. That's the one that, like, digs cigarettes out of the open disposal bins.
Keep going, we're still down.
So he'd meet her. I need to figure out what the fuck happens. I can't think of anything.
I don't know. The only way I've learned to make my stories is kind of just to obsess about them. Like, you just gotta kind of constantly think about it. Well, for me, that's how it works. Like, when I'm driving, I'll think about it. Or, like, when I'm in class, I'll think about it. Or, like, when I'm watching a movie, I'll think about it. You know what I mean? And I just constantly just trying to think about it. And I noticed that when I started just forcing myself to do that all the time, I start doing it. You know what I mean? So now it's like when I'm just driving, I'm thinking about it. That's why sometimes when we're driving, I'm like, ooh, I can't tell you about that. Because I'm just thinking about it and I want to say it. Because when I say it, it helps me, like, bring my ideas more into fruition. You know what I mean? Like, it helps me think about, or, like, visualize them more. You know what I mean? And two, when I explain them, it forces me to be more concise about it, so I understand it more. It makes sense? And that's the reason why I kind of just blurt it out towards you. And yeah, I don't know if you have to do that, but that's the way I learn. And that's the reason why I'm able to just get, like, or you'll just tell me an idea, and then I'll come back next week with whatever idea is, because I just keep thinking around. I'm like, oh, maybe this or maybe that. I'm like, oh, this whole black girl, white girl thing, I've been obsessing over it ever since you said it 2 weeks ago, and I don't know. I'm like, oh, but what of this or what of that, and I just don't know. So that's what I think you should try doing.
It's hard to start it. I don't know what the fuck to do.
Well, because you have to really think. Well, the way I start off is because I kind of have, like, a vague vision, sort of, like, with the early script. Remember that? It's like this vague vision of this Oceanside film, because I knew I wanted the swap meet scene in which they're, like, at the swap meet. And what else did I know? I wanted a football game. And, like, I wanted these things, and I didn't really understand it, but now that I've been talking about it and thinking about it, it kind of just built into this. But, like, it's just, like, a vague idea, and because I just kept thinking about it, it just kind of... Oh, what I did is I started watching stuff that I wanted to make, like Pulp Fiction and Woody Allen's movie, with Woody Allen, the Annie Hall in Manhattan. I watched those too. And I just started watching movies that I wanted to sort of make like it, you know what I mean? And just ideas started coming out. Like, I wouldn't have done the whole... messing with the whole story if I didn't watch Pulp Fiction, you know what I mean? And now I'm like, oh, that's a brilliant way of telling the story, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying, is that you should think about, so you have a vague idea now watch a bunch of, or read a bunch of shit, watch a bunch of shit, learn a bunch of shit, I don't know, that sort of has to do with what you want to do, make sense? And then just, you'll be like, oh, what if I did this with that, make sense?
I've been, like, tracing the ring in this thing for, like, I don't know how long.
Yeah, what do you have to say? More about your story, what?
So I guess I'll have him go to school.
Why go to school?
Because I want to see him, or I want to show him in his normal environment before he gets zapped. And school would be like his social area, I guess.
Okay.
So I'd have him go there. I'd have him do something fucking weird, I guess. I don't want it to be like real life autistic, which I probably shouldn't use the word then, but some kind of weird disorder where well, when it was like a comic, it was supposed to be like it just shows a picture of him like standing on a dresser staring into the fucking frame, and then you show it's like he's like staring into a fucking video camera a security light camera that they hung from the wall or hung from the ceiling, and he's just that fucking weird.
Yeah.
And then he gets zapped, and then he's totally different, but he has some fucking...
What do you mean he
crazy.
gets zapped?
They take him into a...
Therapy?
They take him into a therapy.
Like every day?
No, it's basically whenever he needs to be fixed.
Okay, so this is stuff you have to start finding out. You know, you have to find out when he's gonna get zapped, why he gets zapped. You know what I mean? You have to put it in the purpose of the zapping, you know what I mean? Like, you should...
Well, the original zapping is because he is I don't know what to call it. Just disorderly.
Yeah.
So that's the original reason he gets zapped. And then...
Oh, okay, so let's go back to the high school. So why don't you just show him disorderly in high school? Like, it starts off as this kid who's a fucking... shitty... I don't know how you want to show him off in high school, in the cyberpunk fucking high school. In East Europe, in high school, he's a fucking... or secondary school, whatever you want to call it. He's a fucking punk, and that's the reason why he gets zapped. You know what I mean? In this postmodern society, they don't tolerate people like that. You know what I mean? Because then it gives you an excuse. Okay, why are they zapping him just because he's disorderly? You know what I mean? Why is everyone else orderly?
I don't mean disorderly like a punk. I mean, like, there's something wrong with his head and it, like, interferes with his life. Like narcolepsy kind of thing. Is it more, like, in there?
Alright. So you basically want this character who can't even...
Originally, I want him to be like ADHD on fucking steroids. I guess.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. And then you can have him a disorderly thing, you know what I mean? And then he gets zapped, and then you can do what you're saying. You know, however you want to make his illness, you can. It's just a story. You can bullshit it, and you can name it. You can give it whatever name it you want, but because of the way you're portraying him and the reason why he ends up getting zapped because of all this, you can explain, and that gives you an excuse to talk about this future utopia, you know what I mean? Not utopia, but this future human society gives you an excuse to talk about why all these older people are gone.
Well, I want that to be, like, subtly led into the story.
Was that a cop?
And then it was like a Rav.
He was going into Arby's, no?
Yeah. He's in the Arby's parking lot right now.
Damn.
What? I want to make sure we're still recording.
Is that 180? Okay, 108. Thank God. But yeah, so I don't think you could do that subtly.
What do you mean?
How do you subtly show that these people have gotten rid of, like, all their or these elders vanished, and this is the post society that's there?
Well, the society is just the society after what happened.
Yeah. But how do the viewers find that out subconsciously without you directly telling them? You know what I mean?
Well, it'd be like it's relevant, so the character would allude to it. And then slowly, as you go through this thing, you sort of build an image of what actually happened.
How would you build that image? Like, what would be happening to build that image?
It'd be like...
See, this is what to find out. You know what I mean?
It'd be like they're talking about something their grandpa did. And his mom would say, well, before grandpa went up in the...
Yeah.
Or went up in the rapture, I guess. I think that's what I call them in that thing, or call it in the thing. Before your grandpa got raptured, da-da-da-da-da.
Yeah.
So it just sort of feed in the information over time.
Yeah, I get that, but then at some point you're just going to be directly telling them through the words. You know what I mean? Through the words of other people, you know what I mean?
I guess, but
I feel
it's more natural, but especially considering it's not really all that plot relevant in the beginning.
I know, but it's little stuff like that is what is interesting, especially in written stories, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but if you just put it out there like a narrator, it's just lame.
No, that's what I'm saying, not like a narrator.
I don't want exposition at people.
Yeah, but I'm saying, like, in which there's a character who talks about it, you know what I mean, and finally you reveal the story, or I don't even know how you would do that. What was I saying? Don't listen to what I was saying. Fuck, I lost it. What was I saying?
One of the other things I had.
Fuck, I can't. I like have it. You know what I mean? It's like there, but I can't like word. Okay, sorry. What? You just keep going.
Another one I have is I do that thing where I was talking to you about, where you move dialogue from like unimportant. It's unimportant to the actual story, but it is nice to know. So you'd put it in like a gray font or gray color, and then put it on the right margin and make it smaller or something like that.
Yeah.
So it's there, you can read it, but that's not like the focus of what's going on. So in the background, the teacher would be like teaching a lesson about the rapture.
Okay, explain this better. So would there would be the gray text. What would the gray text be saying?
Just like a history teacher kind of lesson.
Oh, okay. And then what would the story be?
The story would be whatever the two kids are talking about while they're supposed to be listening to the teacher.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I like that idea. Okay, you know why? Because it's a really different way of writing. Because anytime I've seen anything like that, it's...
God damn.
I think that's the football game.
It must be. They're far too cheery to be being murdered by a monster.
That's like allowed though. There's no way, right? From the high schools, that's on the other side of the bridge. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's like at least a half a mile. Like they're either yelling really loud or it's somewhere near us.
I would have figured it's like on the other side of the parking lot.
But see all the way over there on the very, very top light, that's the football light. MLK skate park has that light. See, it's all the way over there. I don't know if you can see it, but it's the football light.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where the football game is. You know what I mean? So it's pretty damn far, and that's just the fucking light. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's I mean, school. I see no reason why the football game wouldn't be going on right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh, what day is it? Oh, yeah, it's Friday night. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if a football game was going on right now. But Jesus fucking Christ, that was right. That sounded like a building across.
It was very spooky at first.
Oh yeah, totally. I thought maybe like there was police. So you heard the siren? I thought like there was a police ride or something. I was like, holy shit.
Well, I could tell it was screams, but I couldn't tell it was like excited screams.
No, I thought it was excited screams, but I was like, wait, what?
It took like 2 or 3 seconds in before I'm like, oh, this isn't like panic.
Yeah. Back to the story.
That's what we're talking about. Oh yeah, so the teacher format thing.
Oh yeah, I really like that format because the only time we're seen is informative. You know what I mean? Because they'll mention the Third Reich or something. But for people who don't know the Third Reich, they'll put a little star, and at the very end, it'll just say a little thing about the Third Reich. You know, just so people know when he says it in that context, what's the purpose of it for people who don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But I like that because I don't know, it's just like a weird way of telling a story. You know what I mean? Damn, it's a weird way of telling a story in which, like, I don't know, I feel like it's really engaging. I don't know, and it's really interesting too. You know what I mean? It's just not like, especially with reading, it's just so boring. You know what I mean? It's not boring, but it's just like, it's just words on a paper, and it's like,
it's one-dimensional.
Yeah, it's like there's nothing really to it. It just kind of like goes across the same length, stops the same area. You know what I mean? So it's not really that special. And being able to kind of like, oh, okay, that the story is still with it, and you know what I mean? It still tells me about it. I don't know. I just like that idea.
Yeah. Oh yeah. But something needs to happen other than getting zapped on the first thing.
Oh, well, the way I'm thinking is this rebel kid this rebel kid is he's a rebel. He has ADHD, whatever. He ends up in this post society or whatever. He gets out because this is the way the people think. And then
he's not like a punk. He's not like.
But
a
that's to say,
rebel kid.
this is me if I were to do it. Then that would give me an excuse to directly talk about the society that's going on now. But I wouldn't reveal all of it. I would talk a little bit about it, how there's no old people. It's like they call it the new gen or something like new something, like some type of futuristic thing name. And so I'd explain that a little bit, and then I'd go into him present day in which he's getting zapped and all that stuff because he's all fucked up and all that. And now he's acting fucked up, right? That's where the core is. That would be the first chapter. Makes sense for me. Then the second chapter would be, okay, now let's talk about the story. For me, I'd have him, he's this kind of getting zapped around. He's kind of like looking, and through his like psychotic things, he's kind of questioning everything. You know what I mean? And it's not that he's questioning everything. God damn. Look at this guy. Another guy looking smoking is gonna leave because they're here. Oh damn, fuck. Anyways, what?
I had like visions of him stopping behind our car
and trapping us out.
Yeah.
God damn, I'm paranoid. What was I? Oh yeah, so then from chapter 2, I would just him start unraveling the world, but not purposefully. You know what I mean? Making sure money's not gone.
Yeah.
Through these psychotic episodes, it's not that he's purposely revealing what's happening around him, but that's because I find most interesting that society idea. You know what I mean? And because of all this cyberpunk, all that, I would want to talk about all this cool stuff that's around me. You know what I mean? That's just me. And so I would hit him with all these crazy shit going on, would give me an excuse to show all this cool shit and all the society that's going on.
I don't want to like tell them about all the cool shit. I want to just like have it happen, and then you experience it as it comes through.
Yeah.
Like I had as like the alternative fashion sort of thing, like the goth emo thing to our generations, it would be some sort of like Victorian something. And they would be based in their own sort of radical for the society ideology. And then they'd be that sort of group. I have this is again what's supposed to be for the comic thing. I'm probably just gonna have to like mix them or something like that. Put pictures when I feel they're necessary. I wanted to show like where is that? Where are they?
Oh, I think they're not. I thought they were. No.
What did I say?
You want to mix the comic?
Oh yeah, I want to show off. Like they're in this sort of Middle European or Eastern European like town square with like these big beautiful buildings. Like Constantinople or something like that, but cold. And I have like a robot out front that just sort of guards the building. And these fucking kids would just like run up behind it and spray paint on the back of it and then run away before someone activates it.
Oh, genius. Should we just wrap up the podcast?
Yeah. I think it's about time.
Yeah. We're gonna head out, boys. Especially because it's not talking at this point. You know, just mumbling on. Okay. Anything last words?
Nope.
Okay, this is Bloomcat, the special episode. Talk to you guys soon.